Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. All right, also with Shalom unto you, sincere Akim out there pushing his truth, laboring to the four corners of the earth. And as you can see here, it's your man Vocab back at it again. All right, sowing more strife, continuing to be a demon, you know what I'm saying? And one thing about these Christian apologists is that they just won't stop. It's like no matter how much brothers deal with these Christian apologists, it's like they can't never get it. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't never just see, because you have to understand something. Like they can say what they want about brothers at GMS, about brothers at Sakari, and brothers at Yahweh's camp, or different camps. You know what I'm saying? That came out of One West. Hey, these Christian apologists can say what they want, but hey, at the end of the day, we bringing it out. Thus saith the Lord, man. All right, we not putting our own spin, our own interpretation unto the scriptures. All right, which is what the Christian church has done for hundreds and hundreds of years. You see, and these, and these Christian apologists, they want to keep coming to the camp, keep heckling brothers, keep, you know, sowing strife and trying to create, sowing discord, man. You know, when they claim that they want to spread the gospel, they claim that they have the truth. But if you have the truth, why? And if you have the truth and you claim that we teaching lies, that we're twisting the scriptures, that we don't know what we're talking about, why do you keep coming to the camp? Why is it that year after year after year, these Christian apologists keep coming to the camp and keep trying to do the same thing, which is basically convince us that we're wrong. Basically try to convince us that we're not who we say we are. All right? And we already burned that bridge, man. It's like, listen, you can't convince us and we can't convince you. So at this point, if you claim that we don't have the truth, why keep coming around? Why keep trying to come in and make us see your point of view? Listen, we already know that your point of view is BS. So it's nothing to talk about. You see, but they feel like they have something to prove. They feel like they have the truth. So therefore they continue. All right, but it's not getting nowhere. They not getting nowhere with us, and we not getting nowhere with them. And to be honest with you, we don't really care to get nowhere with them, because we understand that Christianity is dying. That Christianity is finished. It's nothing left in Christianity. People continue to leave Christianity by in droves, man, day by day. So it's like we don't have to go to the Christian church and try and get followers out of the Christian church to come and follow us. Listen, all we do is proclaim the word. Thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Now whoever hears, whoever has eyes to see and ears to hear, and their spirit can bear witness, then they're going to come into the truth, and they're going to be happy in the truth, knowing that they're an Israelite, knowing that they have a promise coming unto them, and that they have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You see, only those that have eyes to hear, Salaki, only those that have eyes to see and ears to hear can accept this, man. All right. But here it is in the Christian church. They trying to follow our mode now. Okay, now they're trying to get into prophecy. Now they're trying to get into spiritual breakdowns. You see, when they was never doing that before. You see, so the whole vibe of the Hebrew Israelites has taken over the planet Earth by storm. And the reason why that is because this is a movement through the spirit. This is a movement through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's why this thing is taken off as big as it has. You see, because hey, all we do is we bring out the scriptures, we bring out historical information to back up what we're saying. We actually go into scholarship. You see, which is something that the Christian church has never done. But now that we do it now, they want to start going into scholarship. But they can't really do that because if they really go into the scholarship on Christianity, then that actually condemns them. You see? That actually validates us even more and actually condemns them. You see, so they don't really try to go into scholarship with us like that. All they try to do is they try to go into, the little precepts that they learned in seminary school, and they try to bring that out and say that we twist in scripture when they don't even have the spirit. You see, the Lord is not dealing with these Christian apologists, man. So no matter how much information that we bring out, no matter how much information and scholarship that we bring out, they're not going to accept it because they don't have the spirit to accept it. You see, in the Christian church, all you have is the blind leading the blind. You see? And really what they're trying to do is they're trying to stop this truth. They're trying to stop this word from going out. All right, but listen, you can't do nothing against this truth. You can't stop it because this is not something that we just came up with, and something that we just decided one day. Oh, we're gonna call ourselves the Hebrew Israelites, and we're gonna go out to the street corners and we're gonna teach that there's a black Messiah. Nah, man, this is what the scriptures say. You see. So hey, they can't do nothing against the truth, man. Second Corinthians. That's Second Corinthians verse chapter 13. You can do nothing against the truth, but only for the truth. See? Oh, it's like here. Second Corinthians 13, verse 8. For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. You see that? Now let's start at verse 7. Now I pray to Yahweh that ye do no evil, not that we should appear approved, but that ye should do that which is honest, though we be as reprobates, for we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. You see, so all this heckling, all this back and forth that these, Christian apologists are trying to do, it's not working in their favor because really all they're doing when they keep coming out, they keep coming to these camps, is that they continue to further expose themselves. The only thing that they're doing is continuing to expose how much of the truth that they don't have, how much that they actually lack the truth. You see? Meanwhile, it's validating us. But a lot of time we don't even want to deal with these guys, man, because we know that they're not coming in a spirit to actually, be edified. They come into the camp in a spirit of contention. They come in to actually, tell us their narrative, which we're already aware of what their narrative is, but it's not the truth. It's not biblical. You see? If anything, these Christian apologists are the ones twisting scriptures, man. You see? But that's all I'm gonna say right now. I'm gonna just go ahead and play this video so y'all can see, how they continue to come to different various camps. You know what I'm saying? And just try to, basically stop the word from coming out, man. Just try to, interrupt the flow of the spirit. You see? And also keep in mind, man, like a lot of these Christian apologists are agents. All right, a lot of these guys are agents. Okay, vocab is definitely an agent. All right, because here it is. This guy goes from state to state, and he's been doing this for years upon years, man. Going to different camps trying to contend with brothers, and it's like, yo, you don't got nothing better to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why don't you go and debate some Muslims or something? But they want to keep coming to the Hebrew Israelites. You see, because they deep down inside, they know that what we saying is the truth, but they just can't accept it because it condemns them. You see? But let's go ahead and play this.
I'm a Christian and I do apologetics, often in a city context. And out there on the street, you run into Hebrew Israelites. The One West variety are the most militant, and out of that variety, there's a group called Sakari, and they're probably the most militant of all. They've even named themselves after ancient Hebrew assassins. They carry weapons.
You see, and that's the one thing about Sakari that we be getting on Sakari about, because, hey man, you know, we not for brothers bringing swords to camp. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the way to go, because you know, when brothers do that, this is exactly what these Christian apologists like to do. You know, they like to show, oh yeah, well look at these Israelites. They over here bringing guns to camp. They're violent. Okay, which this is the narrative that they're already trying to push. You know, that the Hebrew Israelites are violent, racist. You know what I'm saying? That we beat people up, and we, you know what I'm saying, all this nonsense, man. You know, because hey man, you know, we ain't coming to the camps to, you know, brandish and carry swords, man. We, you know what I'm saying? We out there to proclaim the truth. Thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You see? So, hey, we trust in the Lord. Now, if something does happen to, you know, escalate, you know, brothers will try to de-escalate the situation. But, you know, 9 times out of 10, you know, hey, we gonna count on the Lord to fight for us, man. You know, we not getting carnal with anybody out here, man. You know. Now, of course, brothers have to be wise. I mean, you have to take certain precautions to you know, not you know, escalate situations or even put yourself in certain situations. You know, but you know, carrying swords to camp, man, that's not wise. You know, these, and this is why I mentioned before. You have a lot of carnal Israelites, man. All right, and you know, Sakari is a very carnal camp. All right, starting with the leadership, you know, Alizé, down on to the officers, man. Hence why they carrying swords, you know. But I digress.
To this very day. In this video, we come to talk to them and they immediately shut it down, saying they're not allowed to talk to us.
Read out of Isaiah. Said nothing about you. Isaiah was said nothing about you. Look, he preached the acceptable year of the Lord right then. That gospel. So here, quit speaking. Jesus, 2,000 years ago, proclaimed the gospel.
And see, these Christians like to talk about so much love and talk about, you know, claim that they follow Christ. You know, well, Christ wasn't out there interrupting men in the midst of their speech. The scriptures clearly tell you that you're not supposed to do that. But here it is, brothers is bringing out scriptures. Brothers is trying to edify, because what these Christians do is they come to the camp and they think that it's all about them. They, you know, they want to take away the edification. They want to take away the spotlight from the word, and you know, put it onto themselves. When like, you know, brothers is not out there to, you know, exalt themselves, man. This is all, you know, the work that we do through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It's all to exalt the Most High at the end of the day. We are servants of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. But these Christians coming in the spirit like it's all about them. When there's people that's actually watching the lessons that brothers do on YouTube and in person, and they're trying to get edification. But when these Christian apologists come up and they start spewing their nonsense, all right, showing their demons, that's taken away from the edification that's coming out from brothers. You see, and this is what they want to do. It's not that they want to understand what brothers are saying. It's not that they want to be converted or they really want to genuinely, you know, believe what we saying. They just want to come out there to stop what's going on, man. You see? Let's continue.
Years ago, proclaimed the gospel. Let me show you a future vocab. You're gonna be my future slave. That's right.
So you believe Edomites to be slaves?
Yes.
What are some of the ways you're gonna kill Edomites in the kingdom?
Some of the ways?
Yeah, what are some of the ways
You see, and again, man, this is how these demons, vocab and all his like, these are the kind of questions that they ask. Now, he just asked the brother, what are some of the ways that you're going to kill Edomites in the kingdom? Now, when you even go into that, it's not that we're going to be killing Edomites in the kingdom of heaven, man. All right, that's not going to be going on, because in the kingdom of heaven, the Edomites, as it is written, will be servants and handmaids. All right, they are going to be our slaves in the kingdom of heaven. You see, but it's not that we're going to be killing Edomites, because they're going to have to serve 1,000 years of hardcore rigorous bondage, man. You see, so they're going to be alive to experience that. Okay, death in the kingdom of heaven is going to be the easy way out. You see, as it is written, in that day men shall seek death, but death shall flee from them. You see, so this brother, I really hope he didn't entertain that question, but it looked like he about to answer it. But this is what you vocab and these Christian apologists do. This is what they do, man. But again, it's like, if we don't have the truth, why keep coming up to the camp? Why keep wanting to come and engage brothers? It's like, set up your own platform, okay, proclaim the gospel, or your so-called gospel, which that ain't even the gospel. That's a watered down version of the gospel. And if people feel convicted in the spirit enough to actually follow you, then let it be that. But why you gotta come and set up shop on other brothers' platform? Why you trying to build on another man's platform? Which that just shows you that Christianity is finished, because they really going out of their way to go find brothers and actually deal with brothers at the camp. If vocab was so concerned, about so-called spreading the gospel, then he would be out there on the street corners. He would be out there preaching, thus saith the Lord, or preaching whatever doctrine that they believe in. You know what I'm saying? And they would have followers, man. You see? But that's not going on. All they do is they fly around the country, go to different states where brothers is set up at, and they try to cause discord and contention. All right? That's all they try to do when they try to ask these little questions to get brothers tripped up, man. Now, let me get Proverbs real quick. Proverbs 16 and 28. Because hey, all these Christian apologists do, man, is sow strife. All right, Proverbs 16 verse 28. A froward man soweth strife, and a whisperer separateth chief friends. A violent man entices his neighbor and leadeth him into the way that is not good. Okay, and this is what vocab does, man. All he does is come to the camps and he sows strife. You see, he's not trying to be edified. He's really not trying to build the body of Yahweh Shai. What he's trying to do, and all those like him, is they're trying to tear it down because they don't like the true gospel. You see, they, vocab and all these Christian apologists, they don't like the fact that they don't have any part in the kingdom of heaven. So rather than them, humble down and accept it, they got to come up against it. And that's really the demons that's in them. All right, now let's continue on with the video.
you're gonna kill Edomites?
Torture y'all, man.
That's right. Step on the neck.
What kind of torture are you gonna do
We're
to
gonna do y'all
Edomites?
the same way y'all did us.
That's right.
Bodies after you kill them?
Right, vocab.
Jesus Christ is coming to tell us. Read that.
What we want to know right now is what the gospel is, and it's not what you're rambling about.
The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me. Hold on.
He has anointed me.
I was talking to you, and he's interrupting the conversation.
And right
which
now,
is
And see, they keep interrupting the brothers in the midst of their talk. You see? And that's clearly against the scripture. Now, let's go ahead and get that. Because once again, this is the main objective, is to disrupt what brothers are bringing out in the camp. Ecclesiasticus 11 verse 8. Answer not before thou hast heard the cause, neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk. Okay, so the scriptures clearly teach not to interrupt men in the midst of their speech, man. But yet these Christian apologists, this is all they do. They don't even let the brother finish the point before they speak. And the brother's right. That is disrespectful. Because if you truly trying to, build on a platform, then you're gonna hear what the other man has to say. And then after he's done speaking, you can think about it, analyze it, and then you can give your rebuttal. But you not even letting the brother finish the point. That's basically you saying, that you're not trying to build. That you basically just trying to spew your doctrine, you see, because you believe that you got it all figured out. And you're trying to stop the momentum of the men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You see? Let's continue.
disrespectful because we're both black, Hispanic, and Native American. Why is he?
how do you know what I am?
Right.
How do you know what I am?
I didn't ask you, but regardless of what you
Who
are,
said you were in charge?
can I speak to you? Yeah, but he can talk to them. But I don't want to deal with him.
And see, again, man, these Christians the Lord is not dealing with these Christians. These Christians are carnal as all hell, man. They have no understanding. You see? They don't keep the commandments. They don't fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. They full of pork, alright, full of abominations, man. Full of blasphemies. You see? And because they see young men out here on these street corners proclaiming the gospel, and they themselves have spent all these years up in these cemetery schools, and they don't even have half the understanding that brothers have. And these brothers probably haven't even been in the truth that long. But here they are, they out here on the street corners breaking down scriptures, telling our people who they are, telling our people who their enemy is, and they take offense to that because they believe that as a body we don't know nothing, that we don't know what we're talking about. All we do is twist the scriptures because we're not preaching love, because we not, you know what I'm saying, because we don't have a building, you know what I'm saying, that brothers is that we don't know nothing, you see. But it's all good though, because hey, we gonna let the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai speak for us, man. And that's why brothers don't want to deal with these Christian apologists, man, because they come in the wrong spirit. You see? If you really want to get an understanding, if you really want to understand what the scriptures is all about, then you got to come in the right spirit. You see? But anyways, the scriptures ain't even for them. So they really don't even have no part in what we saying, man. Like that's really what it is. That now the brothers have been speaking and we bringing it out. Now they know that they don't have no part in the inheritance, man. So that pisses them off. You see?
Read that. Isaiah 61.
Jesus was taking over to Israel. Huh?
Ask him to call. Isaiah 61. Isaiah 61. This is where Jesus was reading. Go ahead. Start at the top. This is the gospel, right? To preach good tidings to the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted. That's the brokenhearted, like we established. Everybody is not brokenhearted. Yeah. Right? Go ahead. To proclaim liberty to the captive. Everybody is not captive. Go ahead. And the and the opening of the prisons to them that are bound.
Is everybody born spiritually dead?
Let me ask you this. Okay, let's say everybody is captive to sin. Is there anybody that is captive physically? And does that ever play?
Okay, now the brother brought out a point, that yeah, all of us are captive to sin, you see? But who's really captive to sin? The Israelites. Now, why are only the Israelites captive to sin? Because we were the ones that was given the laws, statutes, and commandments. When you go into the biblical definition of what sin is the transgression of the law. Now, the law was not given unto all nations. It was only given to the nation of Israel. Okay, but now you see Esau, the so-called white man, has now put himself in that same stead. Okay, because he so-called founded this country upon biblical principles. You see, he held up the Bible. He said that this is what we live by. So now Esau is going to be held to that standard. You see? So now Esau has to be held, by the law, statutes, and commandments, because this is what he claimed that he built his whole society off of. But you see, this man is a hypocrite, because he holds up the Bible in one hand, and in his other hand, he's going against the scriptures. You see? So nah, man, these Christian apologists are hypocrites. You see? And they continue to be exposed. You see, because they don't come in the spirit of truth. They don't come in the spirit of actually wanting to deal with brothers on a level, because they can't. They can't really get in, these Christian apologists can't really get into the scriptures on that level, because they don't have the understanding. They don't have the Rakah Kadash to understand. So all they can do is pretty much accuse brothers, falsely accuse brothers, sow contention, sow discord, sow strife, mock and scorn, scoff and scorn, you know what I'm saying? That's all that they can do, because they don't have nothing to combat this truth. Okay, now you even got Christian pastors that's up in the church saying that, hey, listen, concerning these Hebrew Israelites, we, and they've actually made this statement. They've actually said that what they're saying is not true, but we don't have anything to combat it. Now, hold on a minute. If you're going to claim that somebody doesn't have the truth, or that they're speaking lies, then you must have to have the truth to prove that what they're saying is a lie. You see? That's like if somebody accused me of stealing $100 from them, right? And you go and, they say, oh, well, I can't prove for certain that he took it, but I just know that he did it. I just know. Well, that's called a false accusation. You see? That's called a false accusation, because you claim that you know something, but you don't have any evidence to prove it. If you claim that you know something 100%, then you have to have evidence to back that up. Okay, i.e., you have an eyewitness, you have something recorded, you have photographic evidence. Okay, something that can prove what you know, something that can substantiate what you believe to be the facts. And this is what these Christians don't have. Okay, all they've been taught is dogma. Okay, they've been taught false doctrine. You see, they've been taught a watered down version of the scriptures, and that's all they have.
Play a part in what you're saying. Like, what I'm asking you is that important to you?
Of course.
Okay, cool. So let's because we'll agree for right now, everybody's captive to sin. That's fine. I'll leave that alone.
So you're a sinner.
No. I'll say in this flesh.
See, and that's another thing that Sakari goes off on. They claim that they don't sin. And they learned that from Al-Azhar. Okay? They learned that from their leaders Al-Azhar, Deacon Hakah, and down and you know on down the line. Okay, which all of us sin, man. All of us are captive to sin because we're in the flesh. You see? Now any man that say that he don't sin, that man is a liar. Okay, because all of us are captive to this flesh, man. So even though we don't want to sin, okay, even though we don't want to go off, sometimes we do because we're in the flesh, man. As it is written, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. All right, so you know, these Sakari brothers are going off when it comes to this, you know, whole sinless perfection thing, man. You know, let's continue.
I'm subject to fleshly desires. That doesn't mean I have to submit to those. Right. Okay, cool.
All that sin and fall short of the glory of God.
Okay, cool. Let's keep going.
So you're not a sinner, though. I just want to make that.
All right, man. So, and you know, this is basically all that goes on. Okay, now these Christian apologists, they already know what the deal is, but what they want to do, and this is why I say that a lot of these guys are agents, because what they want to do is they want to go around to different camps. They you know they want to gather the doctrine of these different camps, so that when Jacob's trouble comes, they have all the footage that they need, so they can say, okay, well, GMS believes this, Sakari believes this, One Body and Yahushai believes this, IUIC has this, you know what I'm saying? So what they're trying to do is they're trying to go around, they're trying to gain intel, gain information on what these different camps teach, because they understand that all camps don't teach the same doctrine. You see, so they have to iron out the kinks, if you will, with these different camps. Because guys like this, they already know, you know, they already know pretty much that most camps, especially those that came out of One West, that we don't teach, we don't teach that we are without sin, but they are aware that Sakari teaches that. So now they're gonna say, oh yeah, well, Sakari teaches that they're without sin. You see how evil that these guys are, that they're teaching such a blasphemy? You know what I'm saying? So this is what they're trying to do, man. Now, while Sakari is going off, they've been rebuked about that many times, man. You see? But they still continue to teach that. But hey, we in the last days now where Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is exposing the false prophets and he's exalting the true prophets. All right, and at the end of the day, the true prophets are going to stand, man. All right, and these false prophets are going to fall by the wayside, okay, because their doctrine is going to fall apart lest they repent. All right, but hey, man, some of these guys, they just got too much pride to humble down and say that they was wrong, but that's going to be to their detriment in the end, man, because hey, guys like this, all right, guys like this, they're going to be laying accusation against these camps, man. All right. And if you teaching a doctrine that's not of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, then hey, the Lord is not going to be with you when those accusations come. You see? The Lord is going to give you over unto your accusers, man. But if you teach the proper, correct doctrine as it is written, then hey, the Lord is going to have favor. The Lord is going to make a way for you to escape the accusations of your accusers, man. All right, so that's why it is very important to have the right doctrine. That's why it's very important to not be led astray by false prophets, man. All right, now let's get Jeremiah 17 verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things. See, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? You see, and this is how a lot of these Christian apologists come. They claim that they come in the spirit of Jesus, as they say, that they have the truth, but what's in their heart? They've deceived their own selves, man, because they know deep down inside that they don't agree with the doctrine of the camps, that they have a problem with it, that they have a problem with the overall idea, of the fact of who the Israelites are. They have a problem with that, man. Hence why it says the heart is deceitful above all things, because they may be coming in one spirit, but deep down, they really know, the truth, man. They know deep down inside that what we're saying is the truth according to the scriptures. They can open the book and see the same thing that we bringing out. You see? And desperately wicked. You see? The hearts of these men are desperately wicked, man, because they come out year after year after year, sowing strife and contention, and never get nowhere. Who can know it? How can a man know his own way? Because, hey, the Most High created these men to be like that. All right? Let me get Proverbs 20 and 24, because, hey, the Most High actually set these guys up to be out here doing what they doing. Because they come in the same spirit of the scribes and Pharisees, man. All right? Now you don't see Israelites following around Christian apologists and trying to heckle them and trying to challenge them on their doctrine. We know that we have the truth, so we're not going to go to somebody that we know doesn't have the truth and try to contend with them. That only makes sense the other way around, which is what they do. They know we have the truth, so they got to try and come and heckle us, try to take away from our ministry, and try to break brothers down, you see? Because they know what's going on. Proverbs 20 verse 24, man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? And these guys have been set up in the spirit to come against the prophets. They've been set up in the spirit to cause strife, okay, to try and sow confusion, man. And that's all they've been trying to do since day one. And now that it's not working, now, like I said, they're trying to gather this intel. So eventually, they can gather all the information that they need for the elites. And then, Jacob's trouble is going to come. Okay, the famine of the word is going to come. And the men of the Lord are not going to be on the streets no more, man. Okay, it even tells you that some of us shall be cast into prison. You see? So this is the end goal, man. This is the end goal, to accuse the prophets. Okay, and you have camps, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have certain camps out there that, while they do teach the truth of who our people are, they be going off on some things, But the enemy is going to come in to use that against them, and also the whole body of Yahweh Shai. You see, because like I said, they understand that all camps do not hold the same doctrine, that all camps don't hold the same belief. So they got to figure out, okay, well, this camp believes this camp believes that. So then they know how to attack. You see, the enemy studies us, man. You have to know your enemy in order to know how to break him down. And that's exactly what they doing, man. All right. First Corinthians 14. Let's get verse 30. Verse 33, for Yahweh is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints. All right, so the Most High is not the one that's bringing the confusion. Confusion is of the devil, man, Satan. And that's the same spirit that these Christian apologists come in. They come in the spirit of the devil. You see? They not coming to the camps in peace. They come into the camps in a very off spirit. And you can see it. If you've ever watched any interactions that the camps have had with Christian apologists, it's always contentious, man. It might start off like they want to have a dialogue, but eventually it gets contentious, and it really gets to a point where brothers don't even want to deal with them. Where it's like now, and I know Sakari has pretty much made that decree that, hey, listen, don't deal with these Christian apologists. And to be honest, I don't blame them. I don't blame Sakari at all for making that decree, because these Christian apologists are just very annoying at this point, man. And it's like, yo, like, y'all are not getting anywhere with us, so why keep coming around? Why keep wanting to show up at the camps and try to push your doctrine when you're not getting anywhere with it? You know, like I said, man, they coming in that same spirit of the scribes and Pharisees, right? And it's a certain instance in Luke 14, yeah, when Yahushua healed on the Sabbath. All right, this is Luke 14:1. And it came to pass, as he went into the house of one of the chief Pharisees to eat bread on the Sabbath day, that they watched him. You see? So the Pharisees was constantly watching Yahushua. You see, because they was trying to gather information on how they could accuse him, which is the same thing that these Christian apologists are doing. So they coming in the same spirit of the scribes and Pharisees, man. And behold, there was a certain man before him which had the dropsy. And Yahushua answering, spake unto the lawyers and Pharisees, saying, Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath day? And they held their peace. And he took him and healed him and let him go. And answered them, saying, Which of you shall have an ass or an ox fallen into a pit, and will not straightway pull him out on the Sabbath day? And they could not answer him again to these things. You see, so Yahushua was too deep. You see, because they was trying to go by the letter of the law, but they omitted mercy. You see, they omitted mercy and love. You see, now when Yahushua was healing people on the Sabbath and doing various miracles, he was operating in love, man. You see, because at the end of the day, living by the letter of the law leads to death, man. Okay, that's why you have to have mercy. You see, because if all of us were to be judged by the letter of the law, then none of us would make it. You see, all of us would be condemned. You see, this is why Yahushua had to sacrifice himself upon the cross, man, so that we all have a way to make it back to the Heavenly Father, so that we all can have forgiveness for our transgressions. You see, mercy needed to be given. You see, but these Christian apologists, they don't practice mercy, man. They don't practice love, and that's what they like to speak about. They like to speak about all this love, you know, God is love, this, that, the third, but they don't practice it. They come to the camp in the spirit of hate, you see, and then when we call them out on it, they get even more upset, you see, because why? That's the demons in them, man, you know. But as you can see, the Pharisees was constantly watching Yahushua, man. You know, they was constantly watching him to gather intel on him and to eventually find something to accuse him of, but they never did. And then when Yahushua confronted them, they was basically left speechless, because they was always left speechless, man, because and that's what made them so angry. And it's the same thing with these Christian apologists, because they always coming up to the camp, they always trying to ask certain questions. And then when brothers break it down, it's like, they be confounded. But that makes them even more mad, because it's like, damn, we just can't get to them. We just, you know what I'm saying? Because why? Y'all don't have the truth, man. Y'all, hey, listen, y'all don't have it. The Lord is not dealing with y'all, man. So, a vocab, Rasul Butler, and any other Christian apologist that's out there, man, hang it up. All right, the truth is coming out. It's not going to stop. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is with us, man, and he's not with you. Okay, Christianity is dead, man. Christianity is through. But I'm gonna end it right there. Hopefully that lesson was edifying through the spirit called Elohim Lad Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakakadash. And until next time, Shalom unto the elect. Come Yasha Allah and the Bible Ball.